Well, tell me about the audition process for Twilight. Was it because did you read the books?
I read the first book before the audition, so I didn't know about it. And they sent me this thing and said it was this really big opportunity. And
they say this was going to be a big thing.
Well, they said everyone is auditioning for it, like in this town, and they think it could be a big opportunity. There's a book following, so like it could be something. And basically they were like, don't mess it up, like pay attention to this one. And then I got the breakdown. There's no script, and the breakdown was 17-year-old girl, and that was it. And so I was
How many lines? 2 pages, 3 pages?
No, I feel like it was like five pages.
Memorized it?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah. I am not to this day, people are like, I use a teleprompter. I'm like, nope, can't do it.
I can.
I don't know. Maybe I'll become good at it. I just can't. That's a whole other story.
We get into that,
yeah.
But yeah.
But so I was like, I need more than this. And they said, well, there's a book. And I said, can you postpone everything by a day? And so I read the whole book and then went in and did not book it because it was for Bella. And they said, you should come back for Alice. Like, we think you're maybe an Alice. And then I had fallen. I loved the character of Alice. And so I basically manifested the shit out of it without knowing that I was manifesting it, where I was just like, oh no, this part is for me. And I am what she wrote.
You believed it.
And I'm going to be a part of this. Like, this is the one that I book. And then I auditioned over the course of months and months.
So it was more than one.
Yeah. I think it was 4 or 5 total.
4 or 5. And yeah. I'm guessing that they all weren't just you.
No, they were me, and they were just different people. And then they just waited for a while, to the point where I thought, oh, I must have not gotten it, and just kind of left it. And then it was between me and a girl who always ended up booking over me. And I was like, nope, not this time. It's not happening. And then they ended up calling me and telling me that I booked it. And now I look back and I'm like, oh, like there is something that there's a lot more that goes into it. But it's so funny. I now realize, like, it was before I was in my head about things, to where I was just like, I deserve to be here. And like, I deserve this part, and I'm going to book it. And then I did.
I think, there's something about caring, mm-hmm. like really caring about what you do and taking it seriously. I think there's sometimes I'll read on something and I deep down really don't want to do it. And I'm doing it to appease mm-hmm. whatever, my agents.
Yeah. And
I'm like, okay, then I'll give a good read. But I think when you have that sparkle, that like, mm-hmm. just the spark of like creativity and passion mm-hmm. that comes through. And I have a feeling when you're saying all these things about how you're like, I'm going to get this one. I manifested this. I think that shows without being like desperate.
Yeah.
There's that commitment. I know the lines. I know the book. I know this part.
Yeah, it wasn't like
I am the character.
It wasn't I need this.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just like, oh, I deserve this, and this is right for me. Yeah.
When they called you, your agent called you.
Mm-hmm.
What was the exact message?
Hey
Ashley, it's Dawn.
Dawn. I picked up, and he said, hey, so they got back to me on Twilight, and unfortunately you're gonna have to cut your hair. And I was like, you fucking what?
Did you scream?
I did. And then I started crying, and then I called my parents, and then they started crying. It was a really big thing. It still makes me emotional to think about it.
I'm watching and you're revisiting it.
Yeah, it was very, very, it was big for so many reasons, but it was also really cool too. I think my parents being so excited and proud of me was a really big moment too. So
I could see you getting a little emotional. I love that.
Oh my God.
That's what this show's about, man. It's about passion.
Yeah.
Did they tell you, hey, you're signing on for all these installments?
They signed us on for 3. The last book didn't exist yet, so they couldn't.
Were you, but you didn't know if you were going to get, I mean, obviously you read the book, so you knew you didn't
no,
die.
I asked I worked at the Belmont. I don't know if you know.
Yeah,
the Belmont.
Of course I know that. My friend Autumn worked, I think, at the Belmont.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I was a hostess there, and I booked the role and said, oh my God, I booked this movie, but can I have my job back when I come back from filming? And he was like, you naive little child.
You're not going to need it.
You're not going to need it, but you can have it if you want it. And I was like, okay, great. So yeah, I had no idea. And it was really my first big experience on set. Like I didn't,
Were you nervous?
I did day player roles. I wasn't. Again, like I think there was such a the naivety was really my friend in those situations because I was just kind of like, okay, cool. Like, this is great. Like I knew, like everyone moves out to LA knowing that they're going to make it. Right. And so
that's the idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't move out to LA and go like, oh, I hope I make it.
Well,
like
I think the mistake is a lot of people come out thinking, oh, I'll give it a shot. I'll come out. You're not going to make it if you're going to give it a shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to come out saying, I'm going to make it.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah.
And so, yeah, I came out and was like, this is what I'm going to go and I'm going to work hard and I'm going to be successful. And so I was just kind of like, oh my God, this is great. It's my first role that I'm actually on set for longer than a week. What a job. And then we were all kind of kids and like it seemed more of like an independent film than what it became, because it was kind of an independent when there were those middle ground independent films. You know, it wasn't like a 1.5 million, but and then I just kind of hit the ground running and it was just